Lots of people joining here, guys. I love it. Before we get started here, because we are still a minute early and tons of people are still trickling in, I would love to meet all of you. I'd love to be friends with all of you virtually. So I'm going to drop own my own LinkedIn link as well as the LinkedIn profiles of my two co-hosts here in the chat. Please add us on LinkedIn. Drop your LinkedIns. Let's be friends. I'd love to know where you guys are joining us from too. I'm going to share where we're from, but it would be super cool if we knew where everybody else is joining from. Sweet. We've got somebody from Devon in the UK. Kate, you would know. Is that anywhere near you? I'm not familiar with the geography. Not quite.
No, not very near. England's not a very big place, so it's everywhere is relatively near.
That's super fair. We've got the Canary Islands, Texas, Manchester.
We have
Cool.
some engineers in the Canary Islands.
That's so cool. What a small world, hey guys. Ooh, we've got Kathy Fielk sharing her LinkedIn in the chat there, guys. If you're interested in ever like publishing a book, she's
Yes.
so cool. That's what she does. Add her. She is super, super neat and so knowledgeable. Um, cool. We got all sorts of cool people in the chat here. I'm just gonna give it like one more minute here, guys, just because we have quite a few people still trickling in here, and I don't want to exclude anybody. So we'll get started in just a second.
Bristol. Wow, UK is really well represented here. This is great.
Amazing. So many LinkedIn profiles too. We've got Tommy, if that's the Tommy I think it is. She works with dogs and it's super cool and super cute. Amazing. I got the right Tommy. Fabulous. I believe it's her Instagram is super cute. I know I've creeped her before because who doesn't love dogs? Um, Fabulous. We still have quite a few people trickling in here. We're gonna get started in just a few seconds here, y'all. Thank you for your patience while we let people sneak in at the last minute here. We do want to keep this under 30 minutes. I promise you. Don't worry. I know we've all got a busy Thursday ahead of us, but cool. We have honestly people joining nonstop, but we're going to get started here because it is 2 minutes after, and I don't want to keep you guys late in class. So let's do this. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys, for making money with You Can Book Me. There are so many ways that you can use You Can Book Me plus our Stripe integration to monetize your business, make more cash, upsell, put more coin in your pocket. And I don't know, I would like more money basically always. I'm sure everybody does. So I'm really excited that we can do this with you guys today. My name is Becca. I am from the marketing team here at You Can Book Me, and I am based in a tiny little rural town in Western Canada. I am joined by Kate, who's our director of product based out of the UK, and Jamie, our director of customers based out of Colorado. A few things we're going to be giving away here today, guys. We're going to be giving away some private sessions with Jamie. She's our director of customers. Her whole job is to make life easier for you guys, improve your experience. And she meets with customers all the time. But what's special here is she's locked down 3 1-hour sessions where she'll meet with you privately and set up anything and everything you would like in terms of how to take payments using your booking pages. And having that one-on-one with her is just like, it would be such a blessing. So I'm super excited for the 3 people who are going to win that. We're also going to send out exclusive step-by-step videos to cover everything we're teaching here today. So don't worry, you're going to get how-to videos, written how-tos on top of this webinar just to make sure that you have every resource you could need. We've also put together an inspiration toolkit. It's a document packed with so many different ideas of upsells, discounts, add-ons, ways that you can make more money off of your booking page. And I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. And then I promised, and I will keep that promise, we are recording this and I need a little bit of time to edit it afterwards. Any awkward bits where I forget how to English and stumble on my words. So give me a few hours to edit this. And my goal is to send this out to everybody within 24 hours of this webinar. So give me a minute to edit and then it will be going out to everybody. Here's our game plan for today. Step one, we're going to go through all the different features that you can be utilizing to drive your revenue. We're going to do those giveaways. And then we're going to dive into the step-by-step guides of how to actually set all of these things up. And then finally, at the end, if there's any questions that would be great to answer in a group setting, then we'll go through those at the very end. And everything, including the Q&A, will be recorded in that video recording that I'll be sending out. So don't stress it. So first of all, I'm going to pop a poll up here. Let's hope the polls play nicely today, because some days they don't like us. But there we go. There should be a poll up on your screen now, everybody. I just want to know from our audience that's here today, who is already taking payments using YouCanBookMe? It's so great to know like what percentage of you are already doing this, what percentage aren't. And don't worry, if you're already taking payments using YouCanBookMe, don't stress it, because we're also going to show you a few ways you can like make even more money doing it, which is beautiful. So there's lots of value here, even if you're already doing it. Cool, quick and easy. We got most people responding already, so we'll share those results. It looks like 21% of you are already sharing or already taking money with YouCanBookMe. That's amazing. The 21% of you, let's help you make even more money doing it. And for the 79% of you who aren't doing it yet, I'm so pumped to get you guys started, because let's just get you more money. Sounds awesome. Awesome. Well, that's enough Donald Duck for my day. I'm going to pass it to Jamie to go over how to take payments using YouCanBookMe. The last thing I didn't share, but I do want to touch on really, really quickly before I hand to Jamie. If you look in the bottom of your Zoom screen, there's a little box called Q&A. That is where you can submit questions if you'd like us to answer them, whether you want us to answer them privately or at the very end of the call. But if you have a question that you would love to share with the group and have us answer, throw it in that Q&A section, because the chat is popping off and I would hate for your question to get lost. So please throw it in the Q&A so that we make sure it stands out from the crowd. Jamie, it's all you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Becca. I'm super excited to be here and to walk you guys through how to go about taking payments with YouCanBookMe.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you, Becca. So why do you want to take payments to begin with? Let's cover that first. With our Stripe integration, we do offer a secure, seamless integration with Stripe that you can set up in just minutes. And then it automatically creates a payment form on your booking page. So it's quick, it's easy, it's secure, and your customers can also pay via Google Pay, Apple Pay, depending on what their payment method is. They can do that in just a couple of clicks. We also do, support deposits, full payments, and add-ons through the Stripe integration. And like I said before, once you're integrated with Stripe, everything as far as transactions go, they are handled through the Stripe account, making it super secure, so you don't have to worry about your customer data. So once you integrate with Stripe, again, you'll have that payment form automatically added. So when your bookers make a meeting with you, unless your meetings are set to 0, they're going to pay for a time to meet with you in advance. So you don't have to worry about anything, and you can collect all up front before that meeting takes place. So if you need to make any edits to transactions, because all that data is stored in a secure place in Stripe, you handle all transaction changes like refunds or disputes. If you want to send a receipt, all directly through Stripe. And just to kind of talk about this payment methods, just a little bit more. So people are always on their mobile phones, so our booking pages are mobile friendly. And so if they're going through your booking page, if they're on Android or Apple using any of those devices, they'll see the options to either pay with Google or Apple Pay instantly, so they don't have to navigate anywhere else. They can just quickly stay on your booking page, make that payment, and make it super easy and quick for people to book with you. Awesome. I think this next topic here, it is really important to set up your no-shows and cancellation policies. And I think those will help you in a lot of ways. Number one, to protect your time and reduce those no-shows. So you can take payments up front. Most people, when they do that, they have seen that there's an increase in those show rates. So again, when you set up a cancellation or no-show policy, YouCanBookMe can support that. And you can also make sure that you're protecting your time. And like I said, YouCanBookMe, I mean, we have you covered in multiple ways, whether that's full payments up front. You can collect for multiple different services. So in this example, this is a booking page with multiple appointment types. You can see that there are different services listed with different rates and different duration times. If you do something like this, this will give you immediate and instant revenue for your bookings, your meetings, your any purchases that your customers make, so that instantly is taken care of up front. What's great about that also is again, we're talking about reducing no-shows. If people have either taken a deposit, like in this example, or you get payments up front, it does reduce that no-show rate because people have committed to you. So another thing that would be helpful, just like in this example, you can decide to either take a deposit if it's helpful, which is nice if you want to have a bit of a lower barrier to entry, especially for new clients where you're still building trust while still reducing your no-shows. So you can take the rest of the payment in person, which is nice in case you want to do a deposit. So that also helps with people showing up.
I got too eager there. Sorry, Jamie.
No, this is perfect. You can, the thing here to remember is the impact of payments. We have learned that by enabling payments for your bookings, you're not only protecting your time, but you are increasing your show rate. So we have seen that people have a successful meeting completion, meaning more people are showing up to meetings and, because they've already sent you money. So they don't want to lose that money. Who wouldn't want to? People don't want to lose money, right? So this is a way to secure instant revenue. They're going to show up because they've already committed to being there. And here I thought this was really interesting to kind of share with you guys. We did a deep dive in our customer industries for those taking payments, and it was amazing to see how diverse of different groups and customers we have that are taking payments using our scheduling platform. We have a variety of industries from finance and insurance, beauty and personal, photography, coaching. We have a lot of coaches with YouCanBookMe as well. Tutoring services, academic, through various different tutoring services. So that's really interesting. Mental health, counseling, entertainment. So yeah, anybody can use YouCanBookMe to make money and make some revenue. Absolutely. And you know what, this number is just incredible to kind of talk through because in the last 12 months, YouCanBookMe has processed bookings with payments over 214,000 bookings with payments. That is a lot of customers making money in the last 12 months. And some of those customers, believe it or not, are top earners here in America. That's where I'm from. I'm in Denver, Colorado. A lot of my team is overseas. But it is interesting to share and kind of look at who's our top earner using YouCanBookMe and share that with you. Now I don't have I can't share these customers' names or but I can tell you what they do. And I think Becca, you might have that information for us.
I absolutely do. And I think it's super cool that of these 3 Americans who are in our top earners for their country, they're in completely unique industries, which is super cool. Our number 1 here that you see on the screen works in the health and wellness industry. Our number 2 works in creative services, specifically in website design, which is super cool. And then finally, our 3rd is a financial consultant. So it's really neat in my mind to see that we've got three completely different veins of professions here that are all just crushing it.
That's incredible. And just to break that down, what that looks like, our customers made over 17 million through payments through YouCanBookMe. That means 7 million worth of cash went into our customers' pockets through their booking pages, which is incredibly impactful. It's amazing to see that number. So there are a lot of opportunities and ways that you can make money with YouCanBookMe. Again, take payments upfront, deposits, no-shows, add-ons. But I'm going to pass it off to Kate next, who's going to talk a little bit more about those appointment types, add-ons, and all the things that you can do to make this a reality for your business.
Thank you, Jamie. So that's right. The appointment types feature is a really great way to highlight all of the different services that you offer all on one booking page. So you don't have to send people to lots of different links. And you can include add-ons. Clients can combine multiple services in one. So let's take a look. So the first thing is the appointment type feature lets you display all the various appointments you offer. It could be different length appointments, like a 15-minute introduction, for example, versus a 45-minute kind of regular session. Or it could be price. So you might charge $50 for a Swedish massage and $75 for a hot stone massage. So all of those can be listed separately. And when you set up appointment types, you can create each one. So each one has its own image, its own description, as well as the duration and price. So they're really, really bespoke to each other, and you can really make that feel like your brand and everything else to do with your website. On the next slide, your client can combine your services in one booking. So in this example, you can see the booker can choose one or multiple services. And when they select them, YouCanBookMe automatically adds up how much time they will take and only show available slots that will accommodate both of those appointments or all of those appointments. So in this case, those are two 30-minute appointments. We'd only show 1 hour time slots that were available. And we also add up the cost, so the total price charges for everything that they've selected. And so if you've got a lot of appointment types, that's absolutely fine. You can group the appointment types in categories, so they're easier for your clients to navigate. So you can see here, we've got personal growth, relationships and family support, and healing support on our 3 different categories. And then when you click on relationship and family support, you see all the appointment types that are just related to that category. So everything is presented in a really neat and intuitive way for bookers. They don't need to endlessly scroll to find the appointment type that they need. And then here you can also see that they're able to combine appointment types in one session. So there's lots of different things that you can do with underneath that appointment type feature to really meet the needs of your business. And so finally on this one, you can see that YouCanBookMe adds up all those times. You can see there are 3 appointments. They've all added up to be 1 hour. And so everything accommodates everything. So you may have spotted on that last slide that not all of the appointment types had a duration or a price. So you can create add-ons within YouCanBookMe. The paid add-ons let you upsell products or services. They add to the overall price, but they don't necessarily have to add to the overall duration. So there are 2 examples on this page. If you see, you can add aromatherapy to the appointment, and that adds $25, but it doesn't take any longer to include that. Whereas adding a facial adds $95, but also adds an extra 45 minutes. But then not every appointment type needs to include a price. So here the client could add the book option for free when they select that coaching session. And here on the next slide, you can see that if you want to offer specific appointment types that you don't charge for, and that could be like a free introductory session, or it could be, in this example, you see product pickup. So you just set the price to 0. And as Jamie said before, if the customer chooses just that 0 option, then the credit card form just doesn't appear on the booking form and they don't have to worry about that. So here we've got potential add-ons for ideas that you might be able to incorporate into your workflow to make more money. There's a lot here. We'll be sending out a PDF with these ideas and more, as Becca said, in the resources pack after the webinar. I think there's another column there, Becca, that you have to click through. There we go.
Thank you for that. Oh, then I clicked too fast.
So
all right,
got a poll.
I'm going to throw up another poll here now. There we go. Should be live any second now. We're going to get into a bit more of the nitty-gritty how-to stuff here momentarily. So I just want to know, are you guys using discount codes specifically in Stripe? And I know there was only a small subsection of you that are already taking payments, but if you're using the discount codes feature to help drive, that customer loyalty or anything like that, drive new customer revenue, that's what we're going to get into next. And while people fill in that poll, I just want to show a couple fun booking pages. Figured that'd be a good way to spend this time. So many beautiful different ways you guys can show off your appointment types with the pricing, have some free options, have some paid options, different durations. I just love this page visually. Maybe I'm biased, but I think this just does a fabulous job. You can absolutely sell multiple things in one view here, which is super fun, as Kate covered. And then this is just one of my favorite booking pages, to be honest. I just like sticking it in because it's so pretty. But we've got, it looks like the poll has basically stopped getting answers. So I'm going to share that results. And it looks like only 3 people are actually using discount codes. So, oh my goodness, so pumped for us to share that next.
Okay, so that's right there. So if you're not already using them, these are 2 of our newer options that we've just released in the last year. And they're great, particularly if you have a lot of repeat client bookings. So you can set them up in Stripe in just a few steps. Now, if you want to see those steps, or if you've got questions, please stay with us until the end, because we'll go through everything in detail then. But we'll also be sending out videos afterwards. So if you can't stay, don't worry, you'll get all the kind of step-by-step walkthrough, no matter which option you choose. Okay, so let's start with discount codes. These are great for offering, you can either offer a percentage discount or a flat amount off the total price. And so when you set up discount codes in Stripe, they're really powerful because they can be limited in certain ways. So you can say they can only be used a certain number of times, or only within a certain time frame, or even you can limit them to certain customers if you've got Stripe set up that way. So they can be really, really flexible. All you do is you give the code to your customers, and they will be able to redeem it when they make a booking. You can see on YouCanBookMe, you can see there's that promotion code field right there. So they just redeem it right there. And so you could either give the same code to everyone, which would be great for something like, oh, first time user, or it's your birthday discount, or whatever you want to do, or you can limit them and just hand them out individually to the people who need them. And when someone redeems a discount code, you'll see it in your Stripe dashboard, but you'll also see it in your YouCanBookMe booking details and in any data exports that you get from YouCanBookMe. We also will send it into with Zapier or HubSpot if you're integrating with those as well. So again, here's just a couple of ideas for potential discounts that we can use. And again, these will all be in the resources after the webinar as well, but it'd be great to hear if you guys have any ideas for what you could use as well. Now, packages. So discount codes are the gift that keep on giving because they help unlock the world of packages. So you can create these for specific customers. And think about if you pre-sell multiple sessions at a time, for example, you could give them a special code that they use when they book so that they don't have to pay again, basically. So an example of this would be maybe you'd sell 10 sessions for the price of 9 and say these have to all be booked within a 3-month period. So that can all be handled with the rules in the Stripe setup. This is great for coaches, personal trainers, kind of anyone who gets regular repeat bookings with people who want to buy in bulk, so they do it. It also allows clients to kind of prepay for a full service. So it might take multiple sessions to complete, for example, like a tattoo or like laser hair removal, domestic services. You might have them pay all up front, but then when they book the actual sessions that they're going to have, they wouldn't have to pay at all.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Kate. I'm so excited for all of this, guys. It's just so impactful for your customers, for your business. Let's do a couple giveaways, and then Kate is going to dive into the how-tos. So as I promised, step-by-step videos, inspiration toolkit with all the ideas to upsell. It's coming your way, guys. As soon as I get this, I'll send everything out in the next 24 hours. But let's give away those one-on-one sessions with Jamie real quick. So I want people to guess in the chat. I'm watching the chat, and I want people to guess. We have been in business since 2011. As we saw earlier, we had over 200,000 people take payments in a meeting with YouCanBookMe in the last 12 months. So how many meetings do you think have been booked through YouCanBookMe overall since 2011? Throw your guesses into the chat. I want to know what you think. And let's be clear here, it's not Price is Right rules. If you go over or under, it's fine. And I am not a mathematician. I do not work in accounting. I don't work in finance. I work in marketing. So I will be exporting all of your guesses. I will figure out which 3 are the closest, and I'll email you after this meeting, because nobody has the time to kill while I sit here and attempt to do math for 5 minutes, and nobody wants to watch that. So we will do that. Don't you worry. But I will reach out to the people that are closest. Let's get those guesses coming in here. Minutes here, or a few more seconds here, and then I will share the answer. While you guys are throwing in your answer, I may as well share with you our next webinar to give you guys a chance to guess here. Our next webinar is happening roughly 4 weeks from today, and that webinar is on customization. So you've seen some gorgeous just here today. I was very vocally biased about how much I love that pretty pink one, but there's so many beautiful things you can do with your booking page. So we're going to be doing a webinar just on customization, specifically customization if you're not a graphic designer. Guys, we have team members that do that and they're fabulous at it. But if you want to be able to really beautiful booking pages and you're not a graphic have crazy coding skills, you don't need them. So we're going to show you how to build beautiful booking pages live in our next call with templates, resources. It's genuinely so easy. So we're going to be doing that in roughly 1 month. So we'll send you the details on that. So stay tuned, guys. I'm super pumped. Let's close off the guesses here, guys. The time has come. If your guess isn't in, you are too late. I'm going to spill the beans. The answer is live posted on our website. Go creep it. We have a ticker going at all times, counting how many bookings have been booked with us in the duration of us being in business. So wasn't even a secret answer. It's posted on our website. So as soon as I'm done talking here, I'm going to go take a screenshot of the website for whatever the number is. As soon as I have stopped talking, that will be the number we go with, y'all. And then we can get in touch with the 3 winners. I also, because I was talking about it, here is the link in the chat to the next webinar. I'm sending you the link in email too, but Jamie beat me to it. There's the link to the next webinar, y'all. Amazing. Let's keep going with how-tos.
Thanks, Becca. So basically what I've done here is we recorded some of these because I know there's going to be questions coming up. And so the thing to do is we're probably just going to go ahead and play the recordings of the live run through. And then if you have questions, you can do it in the chat or in the Q&A section, and we can answer them as they go along. But to be completely honest, there's stuff in there that if I was doing it live, I might forget. So I don't want to miss all the good points. So we're going to go ahead and play some videos here. Go ahead, Becca.
Let's do it.
Let's take a look at how to integrate your YouCanBookMe account with Stripe in order to take payments at the time of your bookings. This is a page I've created that's got appointment types set up. Each appointment type has got a different price. The top one is a free one, so you don't have to have a price in there at all. And they all have different durations and different prices. So first, let's go ahead and have a look. You've got your YouCanBookMe account logged in, and if you're already logged into your Stripe account, it's super straightforward. Just want to head to the little smiley face here at the top right-hand corner and go to integrations. When you're on the integrations page, scroll down to find Stripe and just click on connect. And because you're already logged into your accounts, it will find it for you and you just hit connect again. And when that's all set up, you'll be able to see on the integrations page that Stripe is set up and there's a little green check mark. If you need to do anything else, you can click on the 3 dots, you can disconnect it from there, or you can reauthorize it if you need to. Now let's head across to our account to see how we set that up in the settings. So the appointment types settings are here. And again, this is where you can set up all the different types of appointments you have. If you don't have appointment types, that's absolutely fine. You can just set a price in the collect payment section. So to collect payments, you can either come down to the collect payment section here, or you can search payments. So here you want to toggle on the calculate booking prices and take payments. And you can set your currency here. And then the price here you can see is set by the appointment type. If you didn't have appointment type set on, you'd be able to set the price there. And then you want to check the box next to take payment for your bookings. Here, the Stripe description is really important. It's how YouCanBookMe tells Stripe about the payment that's been made. And so you can customize this to say exactly what you need depending on the systems that you use already and what you've already got set up in your Stripe account. You can also send a receipt to the booker. That's a checkmark, and that's on the professional plan. And you can also add promo codes, which we'll go into detail a little bit later. Now let's head back to our booking page to see what this will look like for your clients. So once they've picked their time and they've gone to their booking form, then you'll see a button that says proceed to payment. And this is where they'll be able to fill in their credit card information. If people are regularly making appointments with you, they may want to choose the link option, which securely saves their payment for next time to go through one quick link. And that's all it is. If the payment doesn't go through, the booking doesn't go through and doesn't get confirmed. Thanks. YouCanBookMe's integration with Stripe allows you to set up discount codes so that you can hand those to customers and let them have a discount off of your book at a time. It would look something like this, where you would just add the code and you can see this is a 25% discount, and therefore that $100 price comes down to $75, and that would be the amount that they pay. So let's see how we set that up. In your Stripe account, you'll see that if you go to the product catalog and then you go to coupons, and there are two concepts here. You've got coupons and you've got codes. The coupons show you the terms of the conditions. So you might have 25% off or 10% off. And then you can add codes to that so that you can give those to individual customers that can redeem them at different times. So you may have a 10% off discount that might happen in the spring and also in the autumn, or it might be for new customers. You can use the same 10% off and create a different code depending on what you're doing. So let's go ahead and create a coupon. So we might say this is maybe 15% off is the name of the coupon. And this is a percentage discount, so we make that 15%, but you can also make it a fixed amount discount if you want $25, $50, however you want to do that. In the Stripe ecosystem, you have products and you have customers. And so you can apply this to specific products. You can also apply it to specific customers. I'll show you that in a moment. There are durations, for example, for this coupon. You can have it go for forever. You can have it just be used once, or you can have it used for multiple months and set a date time for when it will no longer be valid. And then there are redemption limits, and this is the limit, the date range when it can be redeemed, or the total number of times that it can be redeemed. So you have a lot of control at this level even about the coupons. The next phase is the codes, and these are the customer facing codes that you want to use. And so you just tick that on, and we would be able to create individual codes that you would hand out to your customers. So for example, we might work, say, spring 25, you're going to have a promotion. So that's your code. And then you can, again, limit it even further. So you could say it's only eligible for people who this is the first time they've purchased from you. You can limit it to specific customers. Again, the customers who are in your Stripe instance can be limited to there. The number of times the code can be redeemed. You can say these will have to be used by April of 2025. That's an expiry date. Or you can have a minimum order value. So that's the first code you can create. And then you can also add other codes if you need more. The next thing we want to do is just create the coupon as well. So the majority of the setup is in Stripe, but back in YouCanBookMe in the settings here under the payments, collect payment section, you just want to click on add promo code. That will add the promo code field to your booking page. So now let's go to that live booking page, and you can see you've got add code here. And if we add in spring 25 and apply it, that 15% discount brings that $100 down to $85. So it's super simple to get that set up. And as I mentioned back in the product catalog, once it's been redeemed, you'll be able to see how many times it's been redeemed, who it's been redeemed by, and all of the information that you would normally expect to see in Stripe. You will be able to have it in there. All this information will also be added to your YouCanBookMe data export if you wanted to do that, or any integrations you might have with, say, HubSpot, or any kind of integration with Zapier that you're sending information about bookings into other tools. All of the information around the promo code and the discount that was applied and the final amount that was paid all would be included also in that data export.
Guys, we only have like 2 more minutes worth of information coming your way, and then we're going to get into questions here. I've had a couple questions trickle in already. But if you have a question about any of this so far, please do throw it in the Q&A section. It's at the bottom of the Zoom there. It'll be a little Q&A button. Click that, send us your question. If it's a question that makes sense to answer live, we will. If you have a private question, you can say so and we'll answer it privately. That's cool too. But any and all questions, heck yes, please keep them coming in. I've seen a couple really smart questions coming in as these have been popping off. So keep it up, guys. The Q&A section is right at the bottom there for you. Let's do these last 2 minutes and then we'll dive into them.
So we've learned now how to integrate our Stripe account to take payments, and we've also learned how to create promo codes like this one that will give you a discount off of your price. Next, we want to talk about packages and how you can use those coupons and codes to create packages. So now we're back in Stripe in the coupons section of the product catalog. And let's say you're going to sell a package of 10 sessions to your client. So they will purchase those sessions for you, and they have, say, 3 months in which to create all those 10 bookings according to their schedule. So what we want to do is go ahead and create the coupon, and we're going to call this one 10 sessions. Now it's a percentage discount. They've already paid you. So we want to go ahead and give them 100% off because they don't have to pay again when they make the booking. So we could just go ahead and create that coupon. And so now you've got your 10 sessions coupon that you can apply. As soon as you sell that to somebody, you can go ahead and create the promotion code. So this is the promotion code that you will give specifically to that client for their 10 sessions. So you can make up any code that you want. It could be specific to the company, for example. We'll call this Acme 10. It could be a more generic code that you give, but you want to give each one a different code because you can limit it to the specific customer, but you can also limit the number of times this code can be redeemed. And so if we were saying that they bought a package of 10, it can only be used 10 times. If they try to use it an 11th time, they haven't paid for that, and the code will be rejected. So we go ahead and add that promotion code. So you can see that promotion code listed there. And of course, you can add more as your sales go through. So now here back on your live booking page, they just go ahead and add that code, that Acme 10, and you can see that the 100% has been taken off. So they don't have to pay anything. They complete the order and it just goes through without any payment whatsoever. And so when that does happen, there you go. And you can see here on this information that they have paid nothing, and that is the code that they've used. And then when we go back to the product catalog and into this coupon, you'll be able to see it's been redeemed once already. So you'll know exactly how many they've got left to do. You can also see the same here. So in every promotion code that you add, you can see specifically to them how many times it's been redeemed. And if you set an expiration date for that, you can. If you've said you have to do it within 3 months, that expiration date will be enforced. So you can create packages and these individual codes to give to customers, and they can be very specific to the customer in terms of how many they get to use and within what time frame. And YouCanBookMe works with Stripe to make sure that all of those rules are followed throughout the entire process.
Amazing. I know that was so much information, guys. I've had a couple questions come in. We're going to answer those now. But as always, if you have any questions about anything that we've covered here, we're sending out those how-to videos. We're going to include step-by-step links to articles for how to do it. You're going to have details on how to get a hold of support if you get stuck, or just respond to the email I send you and just ask. And that's cool too, because if I don't know, I'm sure one of my co-hosts knows, and we'll make sure that you get the answers that you need. So don't be shy, reach out. It's quite literally our jobs to support you guys on this. But let's get into these couple of really awesome questions that came in through the Q&A. Kate?
Sure. So I've just noticed that the light was left in England. It's gone. So I've just got really dark. So excuse the shadows. That happens here at this time of day. So Jenny asked, is there a way for someone to indicate or choose that they will pay in cash or check at the time of an in-person service and still book the session? Absolutely. But that you wouldn't do that through the payment thing. You would do that through your booking page. So you can ask a multiple choice question, for example, on your booking form to say, how would you like to pay? Will you be paying in cash or in person at the, when you come? You can display the price on the booking form without taking payment. You're just displaying what the person would have to pay. And then you can ask on the booking form, are you paying by cash or check? And then they would tell you. So before they came, but the actual transaction wouldn't happen until in person. So I hope that answers that question. And then Rebecca asked about, does it automatically charge credit card fees, and can you accept payment through Venmo? You can't accept payment through Venmo yet, but that's a really good point. And we were actually talking about this last week in the product team about other payment options. And so somebody else had asked earlier about Square. So it'd be great to hear if anybody uses any other tools that they would like to use, and we can think about that kind of those integrations and what we do. So that would be great. I know that Venmo is very much used in the UK. So I've never done it myself, but I know you send a link for things. So you most likely could send a Venmo link out with your notifications, but they're probably personalized. So there is no short answer no, but we're looking at it and we're looking into it. And then does it automatically charge the credit card fees? Yeah, so Stripe handles all of that. So if the payment is taken by Stripe, that is all done kind of on their side. So if somebody takes if the fee is required, they will take it. There is also a Stripe fee that you pay just for handling that for you. And there is also a 1% commission that YouCanBookMe takes for that, for using Stripe as well. So hopefully that answers that question. Is there a way to take bookings for a group which would only be processed when the group meets a certain number? So is that, I'm not sure if Josie, if that's a payment question in terms of would the payment only be taken or would the booking only happen? So we might have to come back to you offline and just get that confirmed and see where that would be. So the other question is, sorry, I haven't told you I'm answering these live, Becca, so you probably can't see.
That's completely okay. A couple of these are very much individual questions about your specific use
Yeah.
cases, guys. For those ones, we're going to 100% come back to you one-on-one because we're not going to ask you like deep dive questions about your personal business live on a call. That wouldn't really be cool. So if we feel like it's better for us to chat with you individually, we're 100% going to. I do see a follow-up question from Rebecca about the percentage of the fees for Stripe. It is 1% on our end. Do you know what the Stripe percentage is that they take?
It depends on the country, but it's roughly around 2.5%.
Amazing. Cool. It looks like you just got another one there, Kate, as well.
Martina asked me if there's a bank transfer possible on Stripe. At the moment, there isn't, and it's an interesting thing because there's a lot of we have active customers in 118 different countries around the world. So we're really conscious that one size doesn't fit all, and there are plenty of countries that have kind of preferred culturally as well as financially payment providers. And so we have been looking into other things like that. And Stripe does allow certain tools like that, and bank transfer is possible in some areas as well. But what it involves, and without getting too complicated, it involves a little bit of a change in our systems and the way that we confirm bookings and take payments and things. So we are looking into that. It will have to come a bit further down the line though on that one. Sorry, Alan's got a great question. Can YouCanBookMe be configured to be set so the client must select a minimum number of appointment types before they proceed? No, not at the moment. At the moment, you can just say you can pick multiple, and then they would have to go from there. Rebecca's asking about the fees. That is the fee gets charged to you, the business. You can obviously pass that on to the customer if you wanted to, but it gets charged to the business. Can Stripe offer an automatic discount based on who is making the reservation? So in that case, you would probably need to make the discount set in just specifically to the person, to the customer in Stripe. So you can set that rule. So if anybody else tried to use it and they weren't a member, for example, you would know that, and they wouldn't, and the payment wouldn't go through, or the discount wouldn't go through. But other than that, you would need to make that connection back on the Stripe backend, I would think. I hope that helps.
Amazing. I think that's all of our questions that make the most answer live. A couple of the other ones there that we're going to be getting back to are more one-on-one. I do have people asking if I have a one-on-one question, how do I get a hold of you guys? Email us. I'm going to be sending out a mass email like I said, as soon as this video is edited, I'm going to be sending it out to you guys with all the assets in the next 24 hours. Just reply. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us. Reply directly to my email. We are happy to help. In the assets I send out, I'm also going to send out all the different ways you can get a hold of Jamie's amazing support team too. So if you're stuck, if you get questions, if you think of something tomorrow at 2 a.m. that you wish you'd asked us, don't stress about it. Just shoot us an email or reach out to support using the different ways that I'll let you know about in my email. And yeah, we're more than happy to hear from you guys at any time. We know what a big impact this is on your business. But thank you so much for coming here today, guys. We so appreciate you being here. And don't be shy with those questions, and we will chat with you all again really soon. We'll hope to see you at the next webinar.